My family, I find it so embarrassing to see how People magazine is just becoming even more worse than a UK tabloid. They had this exclusive saying that Harry and Meghan under pressure 3 years after leaving royal duty. The couple are struggling with unexpected challenges as they build their future in Hollywood. What's really happening and how they're coping with the strain. That's coming from People magazine. And Kaiser had something to say about this that I must say I don't agree with. First, kindly hear what Kaiser said about this, about People magazine's so-called exclusive nonsense. My family, here is what Kaiser said, and I quote, "I'm expecting some knee-jerk defensiveness over this, but it's my hope you guys actually read this story and consider what's actually being said and what is not being said in the People magazine's cover story this week." And this week, People magazine cover story is about Prince Harry and Meghan, their business and what's next for Harry and Meghan, especially since the tabloids in the UK are very focused on trying to make Harry and Meghan sound like failures. Now, Kaiser says that Harry and Meghan should have done or said more to combat the BS that went down over their Spotify contract getting cancelled. But I've had issues with their comms strategy for a while. I think that is the biggest problem, Kaiser says. My family, I want to talk about this. Kaiser says the problem that Harry and Meghan have is their communication strategy. That somehow, in that angle, they're not doing well. My family, first of all, let me just talk about this kindly, please. My family, what should Harry and Meghan do? Should they speak with the media? Should they have their comms team reach out to People magazine and say, hey, look, this story is false? Or reach out to Daily Mail and say, this story is false, this part is false, that part is false? Is that what Harry and Meghan should do? Because if they do that, they'll have to keep repeating themselves time and time again. They'll be engaging and feeding the beast. That is the media, the tabloid press. And my family, one thing that Harry and Meghan have said is that they have a zero engagement policy with the UK tabloid press. That's what Harry and Meghan have said. And if this magazine, People magazine, wants to go the same route as a tabloid and speak about the lies being peddled about Harry and Meghan, trying to imply that Harry and Meghan are failing, despite having the most successful documentary on Netflix, despite Harry doing the You Can't See, despite Prince Harry having a hugely successful memoir spare that sold millions of copies, despite Meghan's amazing podcast art tapes, even though it's not on Spotify, even though that the contract with Spotify was not renewed. Still, my family, the fact is, in the earlier weeks, it managed to beat Joe Rogan's podcast on Spotify. That is what Meghan was able to achieve. And now we are told Meghan is working with a new platform. We are still yet to find out which platform Meghan is working with. And I'm hoping that we will find out about that very, very soon. And My family, these tabloids, these media outlets create so many lies, and then they expect Harry and Meghan spokesperson to reach out and debunk their lies. My family, you can't operate in bad faith and then expect Harry and Meghan to play your game. The problem is not Harry and Meghan's comms team. The problem is that you have tabloids doing everything in their power to destroy Prince Harry and Meghan, to destroy their marriage, because they never envisioned the pair being successful outside of the farm. Because they don't want other members of the royal family, other spares, having any ideas that if they leave the royal family, they can be a success outside of the institution. They are thinking about their own pockets. And no wonder they're going so hard after Harry and Meghan. And surely you can't blame Harry and Meghan for that. You can't. You can't. You can't say the comms team is doing, badly. Is performing poorly, my family, or is not responding to these lies being spread and peddled about Prince Harry and Meghan. I mean, let me use an example of the lie-filled story about Harry and Meghan wanting a seat at Air Force One. My family, even if Prince Harry's comm team, Prince Harry and Meghan's comms team said, hey, look, this story is false. We were at the private burial of the late Queen. As such, there is no way we could be on Air Force One, because Joe Biden left the UK at roughly hours before Harry and Meghan attended the private burial ceremony for the late Queen Elizabeth. So, do you think that Harry and Meghan could have possibly even missed the private burial ceremony? Just think about the attacks Harry and Meghan would have endured if they had missed the Queen's private burial ceremony. And my family, this explanation that I've given, if Harry and Meghan spokesperson came out and said exactly what I've said, would it have stopped the tabloids, Daily Mail, because they're the ones who came up with that lie? Would it have stopped them from spreading that lie? Would it have stopped Talk TV, GB Propaganda from attacking Meghan based on that lie? Would it? The answer is no. It wouldn't, my family. Even if Harry and Meghan come out to say, hey, look, that story is false, you know what they're going to do? They'll write the story, and then at the end of the article, they'll write, Prince Harry and Meghan denied this story. After you read the entire lie-filled story, at the end they'll write, Harry and Meghan spokesperson has said the story is false. That's what they'll do. It won't stop them from writing the article full of lies about Harry and Meghan, wanting a seat at Air Force One. They'll do it anyway, my family. So even if their comms team had come out and said, hey, look, that story is false, it would not have prevented Daily Mail from publishing that article that Harry and Meghan wanted a seat at Air Force One. It would not have stopped it, my family. They still would have written that article full of so much lies about Harry and Meghan, because their intention is not the truth. My family, I read somewhere that Daily Mail had perfected the art, they mastered the art of writing stories that are not true. I read somewhere that Daily Mail had, mastered the art of writing stories that are not true. My family, that's what the Daily Mail has been able to do. So my family, that's how they are. That's the business model. Spread lies about Harry and Meghan, then hope that somehow Harry and Meghan will respond to those lies. Harry and Meghan won't play that game. You do realize that is exactly what tabloids want. I've seen that carnival of so-called expert, his name is Richard Eden, who writes for Daily Mail, saying that Harry and Meghan do not speak to the popular press. That's what he has said. My family, that's what he has said. He's complaining because Harry and Meghan don't speak with them. Because that's what they want. They lie, then they're hoping that Harry and Meghan will come out and say, hey, look, this story is false. Then Harry and Meghan will engage with Daily Mail, will engage with the Sun tabloid. And yet, years ago, already Harry and Meghan said, we have a zero engagement policy with the UK tabloid press. Already, we have been told that. Already, we know that for a fact. My family, we know that. So my family, we must learn to understand that these tabloids, normally they lie so much about Harry and Meghan. They lie so much about Prince Harry and Meghan. So much about them. And they are used to lying about Harry and Meghan. And even if Prince Harry and Meghan would come out and say this story is false, it still won't stop them from writing that false story. It won't. It won't. I believe that what Kaiser wants is that Harry and Meghan would come out and debunk these lies. I also would want that. I also would want that. But again, you have to remember that that is feeding the beast. That is feeding the beast. We do know that tabloids are complaining already that Harry and Meghan don't speak with them, don't engage with them. That's one of their many complaints about Harry and Meghan. That's what they want, to force Harry and Meghan or to abuse Harry and Meghan into speaking with them, into engaging with them, into having a relationship with them, to whining and dining with their abusers. For William and Hamilton, they've done that. They wine and dine with those who abuse Harry and Meghan. In exchange, they get good press. Harry and Meghan get attacked. And they want Harry and Meghan to wine and dine with them, to speak with them, to engage with them, to have parties for them in exchange for good press. But Harry and Meghan have said, we won't do that. We won't play the game. Harry has gone on record and said, I would much rather be destroyed by the press than to play their games. The games that killed my mother. Harry has said that. He would much rather be destroyed by the press than to play their games. And that it was sad to see that his brother, Prince William, was playing those games. Those briefing wars. Briefing against Prince Harry and Meghan. Especially against Meghan, with the intention of causing pain, harm to Meghan, with the intention of abusing Meghan out of Harry's life. Because we do know also that William never wanted for Harry to marry Meghan. He couldn't stand seeing that Harry was getting all the attention from the public because he was getting married by family. Couldn't stand seeing Harry and Meghan on their tour of Australia, whereby the public would line up to see Harry and Meghan. It never ever happened for William and Kate Middleton. And so what did they do? They plotted to destroy Meghan with the hope that somehow they can abuse her out of Harry's life. What they never ever expected is that Harry would live with Meghan. Even Harry said so in an interview with Stephen Colbert. He said he had never seen that much abuse, the hounding, than what he saw happen to Meghan. And that the tabloids thought that Meghan would leave because of how they were abusing her, but never did they expect that Harry would live with her. And that's why to this day, my family, you see them hoping that somehow Harry is going to come back. You see them writing articles every single day, whining, mourning, dreaming, having these delusions that somehow they can abuse Harry back into the royal family. It's not going to happen. It just ain't going to happen. Abuse is what drove Harry and Meghan away from the UK. Abuse is not what will bring Harry and Meghan back to Britain, back to the abusers. It just ain't gonna happen. And my family, I want to read some parts of that People magazine piece on what has been said, my family. Please kindly hear some parts of this. That Meghan Markle and Harry are coming off a record-breaking series on Netflix, a hit podcast, and a best-selling book. But yet, finding solid footing in Hollywood remains an ongoing challenge. In June, Prince Harry and Meghan mutually agreed to part ways with Spotify after delivering one podcast archetypes under their deal with Spotify. And then we saw those attacks from Bill Simmons towards Harry and Meghan. And then that month, later on that month, Rupert Murdoch's Wall Street Journal took a critical look at Harry and Meghan's production company, Netflix Output, my family. And they said that deal is worth up to $100 million. In July, the industry itself was rocked by a historic writers and actors strike. And Joe Kenka, a senior media strategist, tells people in this week's cover story that the latest headlines reflect serious growing pains for the couple's nascent actual brand. My family, so people went to speak to a media strategist, my family, who then said in People magazine's cover story that the latest headlines, he quoted the latest headlines about Harry and Meghan coming from Rupert Murdoch-owned media outlet, that because of those headlines, it reflects serious growing pains for the couple's actual brand. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Come on. My family, already you have done well to mention about Harry and Meghan's successes. There are projects which have been extremely successful. You've done well to mention that. And then you go so badly into focusing on a so-called media strategist who is quoting headlines. And he's saying that because of the headlines, it reflects that, there are serious growing pains, for the couple's actual brand. Quoting headlines from the tabloid media, from a Rupert Murdoch-owned media outlet in the US. My family, come on. As the evidence that, Harry and Meghan are going through some pains. My family, what Harry and Meghan have is a startup company. A startup company. And that startup has accomplished so much during the past 3 years. My family, already. Harry and Meghan have done so much and accomplished so much during those past 3 years. Harry and Meghan have done so well. And I look forward to learning in the future what more they have in store for all of us. For example, already we are being told that the Invictus Games, the Heart of Victors, will air on Netflix in just a few weeks from now, my family. So I can't wait for that. And my family, during this period of time, my family, Harry and Meghan have been able to accomplish so much thanks to their amazing hard work. Harry and Meghan have been able to accomplish so much. My family. But the media, the tabloid media, and clearly even People magazine, won't let Harry and Meghan celebrate their wins. My family, I have seen amazing actors like even The Rock, who I follow on Instagram. Now, The Rock has this movie called Black Adam. And the movie flopped in the global box office, and there is not going to be part 2 of Black Adam, really, a movie. And my family, if you look at the movies that he has made, there are movies which are a huge success, a global success. And then there are movies like Black Adam that are flopped. And he's an amazing actor, my family. And my family, the fact is, for Prince Harry and Meghan, they'll have projects which are hugely successful. And then there are projects, my family, which won't get the same hits as, let's say, the Harry and Meghan docu-series. My family, that's life. That's life. However, for Harry and Meghan, they're held to a much, much higher standard than anyone else in Hollywood, than The Rock, than Tom Cruise, than anyone else in my family. The standards, the bar for Harry and Meghan is up top. But for the royal family in the UK who are tax funded, my family, the bar is set so low. But for Harry and Meghan, it's extremely, extremely high. That is the bar for Harry and Meghan. But for William and Hamilton, Charles and Camilla, the bar is set extremely, extremely so low. And my family, this attempt at saying that Harry and Meghan have failed is a huge fat lie. It's a big, big fat lie. My family, what Harry and Meghan have achieved is truly a lot. And they have excelled so much. But tabloids really, and clearly media outlets don't want Harry and Meghan to have even a single win. They don't want Harry and Meghan to enjoy even a single win. They don't want that. Also because they're so hell-bent in spreading this narrative that Harry and Meghan have failed after leaving the royal family. They have not. Harry and Meghan have an amazing home that gets Carnival or so-called experts so bitter whenever they have to mention the bathrooms, the number of bathrooms that Harry and Meghan have. They're so bitter about it because Harry and Meghan have, 19 bathrooms. My family, they're bitter about that because they never ever expected for Harry and Meghan to be able to achieve that. They never expected for Harry and Meghan to be able to be financially independent. Yesterday, Harry and Meghan gave out up to $2 million in grants to the youth to fight online cyberbullying, to make this world a better place. $2 million from Harry and Meghan. The tabloids and the media want Harry and Meghan to be seen as failures. In reality, they are not failures. They are a success. And the people that they bring on to comment about Harry and Meghan, who say that somehow Harry and Meghan are not doing well, my family, or their company ain't doing well because of Rupert Murdoch's headlines, are nothing but liars. Lying about Harry and Meghan. My family, please kindly also hear what has been said according to this exclusive. For Harry and Meghan, there was not necessarily a 5-year plan. As one Royal Insider puts it, when they left the UK, Royal life was not a world they wanted for their family, says the Royal Insider, noting that the choices reflect that. Everything else flows from that for whatever time period it takes. Oh, come on. Oh, tell me something I don't know. And then you're having a Royal Insider back in the royal family telling you this about Harry and Meghan, and you're calling it an exclusive? It's not an exclusive. It's nonsense, because clearly you are telling us nothing. That's what you're doing, telling us nothing. My family. And then they have a top Hollywood insider telling them that somehow the royal element and in some ways the drama around them inflated the price deals and expectations from Harry and Meghan. My family, what I'm seeing is the media are thirsty for content coming from Harry and Meghan. Why can't they look for content from William and Hamilton? Why can't they look for content from Charles, William, Kate, Camilla, and leave Harry and Meghan alone? Harry and Meghan will work at their own pace. My family, not being rushed by the racist, bigoted media. They'll work as per the contracts that they have signed with Netflix. And they deliver based on the contracts they have signed with Netflix. Not based on what these media outlets say about them because they want some content to talk about, because William and Kate Middleton are so boring. They want something to attack Harry and Meghan with. My family, you have seen even over the past few weeks, no one has seen Harry and Meghan, but yet the attacks on them have been relentless. Every single day, never ending. My family. And yesterday, after seeing Harry and Meghan for just a short clip, thousands of articles have been written. People, even as an exclusive right now, saying that they have an exclusive, some new information about Harry and Meghan. Oh, give me a break. You have nothing. You have nothing. You have nothing. This is not an exclusive. As Harry would say, an exclusive that told nothing really. Because there is nothing here, my family. Nothing. And my family, please, here is also what has been said. That while Prince Harry's book and show on Netflix offered a glimpse behind palace walls like never before, so far it seems that Harry and Meghan's projects, without a royal component, have struggles to capture the public's attention. That is what is being said. My family. And my family, as I've said, the fact is that there are projects which will do well. And my family, if you're going to measure Harry and Meghan's success, measure them based on all those projects that have been a success for Harry and Meghan. Not on some projects which have not done well. And also, not on projects which Netflix said no to. My family. Because don't forget Pearl, which was an animated project which was being developed about a girl inspired by female leaders, was dropped last year because Netflix took a hit and they cancelled most of their animated projects. My family, one must never ever forget that also. Because Netflix stocks plummeted after they cut Russia off because of the war in Ukraine. And their stocks plummeted. And because of that hit that they took, they cancelled all their animated projects. Most of them, my family, they cancelled most of their animated projects, including the project that Meghan was developing called Pearl. One must not forget that. And you can't judge Meghan or Harry because of that. You can't. My family. And my family, here is what has also been said, that very few other production companies are measured by what's actually hit the airwaves. Says the so-called source, goes to the couple, noting there are plenty of things that are in different phases under their shingle. My family. And my family, finally, they say that, has Harry and Meghan's final chapter been written? No, completely not. Absolutely not. An industry executive says that Hollywood loves a comeback. First of all, Harry and Meghan are not failures. Their projects have been a success, my family. And they'll have more projects which are a success. My family, it's important that I just kindly say that Harry and Meghan will have more projects which are a success. Which clearly the media don't want for Harry and Meghan to be seen as a success. And yet they have accomplished so much ever since they fled the UK. And they'll continue to accomplish so much, my family. And they'll continue to accomplish even so much more. And no weapon formed against Harry, Meghan, Ashley, Bedana, and Doria Raglan shall ever prosper. It's important that I just kindly say that. My family. So my family, to me, Harry and Meghan are great. And they have accomplished so much. And the numbers don't lie. The achievements, my family, everyone can be able to see them. You've had Harry and Meghan series, the You Can See archetypes, Live to Lead. My family, they have accomplished so much. Harry's my must bear. They made Harry so much millions. My family, the tabloid media want us to not see that. People magazine don't want us to see that, my family. They want to focus on negativity because that's what they spread about Meghan, negativity. But my family, no matter what they do, they'll never be able to break this couple, break Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan will keep on working and keep on thriving. And as always, we'll keep on showing the entire world what they're capable of, my family, what they are capable of. And that is accomplishing so much. And they are not coming back to the royal family to beg William and Charles for crumbs or for money, like what tabloids would want. Or flip burgers like Burger King Prince William. That ain't gonna happen. And it's high time the royal family and tabloids understand that. So my family, Harry and Meghan, are a success. And they have thrived already. And they've accomplished so much, my family. And no amount of smear campaign will ever destroy Harry and Meghan. And the tabloids, the media want to break Harry and Meghan, my family. Much is expected from Harry and Meghan because the bar is high for Harry and Meghan. But nothing is ever expected from William or Hamilton or Charles or Camilla. And I think that people need to talk about that, my family. People need to talk about that, of how the bar is high for Harry and Meghan. But for William and Hamilton, nothing. Harry and Meghan ain't coming back to the royal family. So it's high time that the media accept that and move on with their lives and leave Harry and Meghan alone. It's high time they leave Harry and Meghan alone, my family. And we'll keep calling for them to leave Harry and Meghan alone until they leave Harry and Meghan alone. We won't stop. My family, I believe that I've said enough, kindly. Now tell me your thoughts about what we've just discussed, kindly. I'd like to hear your opinion. And no weapon formed against Harry, Meghan, Ashley, Bedana, and Doria Raglan shall ever prosper. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. Harry and Meghan are a success. They have not failed. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.